Alright, so tell me about Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for 3DS.
So this is Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on 3DS. So right now we are playing as a dual blade master. But basically, the gist of this is this is based off of Monster Hunter 4G in Japan. So it's sort of the like super version of Monster Hunter 4. So we're basically getting parity with that in terms of content. This is the biggest roster of monsters we've ever had in any Monster Hunter game. We have two brand new weapons classes. We have the Insect Glaive, and we also have the Charge Blade, both of which are brand new for the series. But yeah, let's just dive in, I guess, to the content. I can kind of walk you through the demo. So as with any Monster Hunter Quest, first thing you want to do is go to the blue box, pick up the assorted goodies that are here. So I'll pick up a flash bomb, I'll pick up some traps. Let's go with the barrel bomb, why not? All right, so let's just take off. So for this quest, we're hunting a Great Jaggy. So if you look on the map here, it'll indicate sort of where I am and where the Great Jaggy is. So we'll just...
Why are you pressing the D-pad there instead of that one?
So I mean, both function. The UI down here is actually customizable. So if you want to have more items here, you can have that. It just sort of gives you additional, if you prefer to control it this way, you can do that if you want. There's a little tutorial text, sort of prepping you for the hunt. We can skip through that. So one of the brand new things for Monster Hunter 4U is the increased kind of verticality in levels, right? So historically, Monster Hunter levels are generally pretty flat. You're sort of just tracking a monster around a relatively flat area. For this one, the dev team really wanted to increase sort of the complexity of fights and add sort of new levels of dynamism to it. So what they did is there's much more vertical space to play in. So you can now climb walls. You can climb a wall, jump off of it, and attack a monster from there. The monster's hopping up and down a vertical plane. So it's a much more robust kind of combat experience, I would say, than previous Monster Hunters.
So what are you looking for now?
So right now we're hunting the Great Jaggy. So this will actually show off, once we get into there, this little cutscene, actually show off the new riding mechanic. So what you're able to do in this is actually, if you jump and attack a monster and you sort of time it just right, you'll actually jump onto its back, at which point you're able to sort of hack away on it, and it'll try to buck you off, and sort of one brand new feature for Monster Hunter 4U. So here we see, there's the Great Jaggy, so that is what we are hunting. Little face off here. Yeah, I mean, the monster design is always top notch. And like I said, it's the biggest roster we've ever had. So this is a returning favorite, but we do have brand new ones like the Gormagala, which we have the statue of out front. Here we are now riding it. Now, sort of here's a little tutorial explanation as to how the system works. Basically, a little meter will appear, and you kind of have to time it just right when you attack. So right now, it's green, the mouth is green, so I can attack. That's fine. I can hack away, get a few hits in, but now it's angry, so I hold R, latch on, try not to get bucked off. Now it's green again, stab away, and we did it. So yeah, now it's down, I can go in and get a few hits in, take advantage of the fact that we were able to jump onto it. If you mess it up, it'll buck you off, you'll take some damage, the monster sort of gets enraged. So you gotta sort of find the right time. Generally, it's easier to mount it when you're kind of a little ways into a fight when the monster starts getting tired. Early on, it's pretty difficult and you generally get bucked off. But definitely a cool new mechanic that we're excited to see people play with.
What are the other new mechanics on this version?
So, I mean, like I said, the two new weapons classes really add a lot. Some items and some weapons have actually received changes to some of their functionality as well. So certain weapons have been kind of tuned or have new moves. But yeah, the two new weapons for sure add a lot. I mean, they're both pretty complex weapons to use. For the Insect Glaive, you're actually controlling, you have the staff that you wield, and you have really great mobility. It's one of the only items you can actually use to jump, which definitely adds a lot to the game. But you also control the insect, and the insect will go out and attack enemies, and then it sort of brings back different pheromones, which essentially serve as like a buff. So like you get different, like a red pheromone gives you a bonus to your attack, an orange pheromone gives you a bonus to like speed. But yeah, it definitely adds new layers of depth, I would say. Let's see if I can jump on it. And I kind of blew it. But again, like lots of little ledges to jump off of, new things to sort of latch onto. And there we go. Yeah, sweet. So again, getting a few hits in. It's angry. Nice. So yeah, now we can just go over and take advantage of the fact that it's down. Charge up. Just wail on it. And here's tutorial text. But yeah, so this is just 3DS this time. Last time we had Wii U and 3DS. But for this, what they did add is, this does now have full online support baked into it. So previously on Monster Hunter 3U, you could only really play local co-op. And Wii U you could play online with. Now this version you can actually play fully online. There is plan compatibility between the US and EU as well. So if I'm playing here, I can play you if you're based in the UK. So a nice feature there.
How many players can play together?
Up to 4 players.
That's not the same one, is it?
That's what?
That's not the same creature.
Oh, that's the same one, yeah. Yeah, it roams the map sort of throughout the fight.
It takes some killing.
Yeah, I mean, each fight in the game, it's sort of like a boss battle, right? So there's lots of little ones running around, but each fight is always, it can be a fairly lengthy experience. I mean, some of the late game bosses are like, 30-minute fights sometimes, depending, and that's part of the game. It's just tracking the monster and, having other people sort of with you who are also tracking it and going from area to area and sort of teaming up. So it's limping now, which means it is near death. So this is usually where it'll flee to like an area to rest or heal up or eat something. So we'll sort of follow it. I feel bad, it looks like it's suffering, but I'm sure it deserves this for whatever reason.
So how you
There
go
it
into
is.
this lair now?
Yeah, actually, so this is sort of where it lives. Actually, I'll show some items too. Let me throw out let's use a pitfall trap. So you can put down traps on the map, and then if the monster sort of walks over it, it'll activate it. So in this case, it's a pitfall trap. What this does is it basically creates a giant pit for the monster to fall into, assuming it wants to play along. Over here. Oh, now it's leaving again. Alright. So actually now it's going to its lair. Here we go. But it is nearly there. I think if we get one more trap, it should be dead. And again, like really expanded environments, much bigger areas to fight in. So this actually has this level has this huge upper net. The monster will actually hop up and down between the two areas. Let's throw that trap down. Oh, I can actually, yeah. Once you have one out, it's that little X on the map. You can only have one out at a time. That way you're not like chopping the whole area. Come on. Come to the bomb. There it is.
Good job.
So there it is. That's a fairly straightforward quest in Monster Hunter.